Okay, today is upgrade day, and I love a good upgrade. I'm sure you do it as well. All right, so as you can already see, I've upgraded to the Audient iD44, and I'm super excited to get to really start using this. My previous audio interface has been the Mbox 3, and I've been using that for the past 4 years, and it's been a great audio interface. I've completed a lot of successful jobs with it, a lot of high-end jobs with that audio interface in my chain, and I've auditioned for a lot of jobs and gotten the job, a lot of high-end jobs with that audio interface. Now, my chain is the was the Mbox 3, connect to an Avalon 737, going to a Sennheiser MKH416. For context, I'm a professional voice actor, so that's my chain. And I thought finally it's time to upgrade that one piece, because I thought the Mbox 3 was the weakest link in my chain, and this is what I want to go for, right? Now, in all honesty, before picking the Audient iD44, I was actually looking at the Apollo Twin X. Now, I had to pump the brakes on getting that because I saw a lot of reviews where it just didn't play nice with Windows, and I'm a Windows guy, and I'm not about to jump to Mac, right? So that was just the thing. It looked like a really good audio interface, but after doing my due diligent research, it turns out maybe the Audient iD44 is actually better. Better preamps, better converters, and all that stuff. To me, it doesn't look so sexy, but you know what? It's going to be tucked away under the thing, so I'm not really going to be staring at it for long. But this is what I settled on. This is going to be a complete video, guys. I'm not really sure how long it's going to take, but take a look at the chapters down below. I'm not just going to open box this thing and just hold it in my hand and talk about it, because I saw so many videos of people just doing that, and it drove me nuts. It's like, I want to hear the darn thing. So we're gonna hear the darn thing. And I'm going to take you through the unboxing, you know, opening it up. We're actually going to connect it to Windows. We'll go through that process. I'm not going to show you every detail. We'll skip through it. And then, most importantly, we're going to hear what it sounds like connected to my setup with the Avalon and without the Avalon. So check out the chapters down below so you can jump between those things. But yeah, let's get into this, guys. Here we go. The Audient iD44. Oh, look at this. I did not expect that. They gave me candy. Oh, thank you, Sweetwater. All right. Okay, thank you for the candy. Oh wow. Okay, so we got. If you're interested in the packaging, there you go. Okay, yeah. My kids are going to enjoy popping those bubbles for days. Okay. Audient. All right. So let's take it from the top. You know how it is, sometimes you're recording and you just kind of ask yourself, did I press record? Camera's recording? Yeah. The audio? Yes, I'm recording. Okay, so here we go. We got a box and a box. Here we go. Oh, free software and plugins. All right, the iD44. Here we go. And then we got the back. And of course, the back of the box. All right, the 20 in, 24 out audio interface. We've got 4 class A Audient console mic preamplifiers, class leading ADDA converters to add blah 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 blah. I'll show B-roll for that. That's not what we're not here for. Okay, let's take a look at this thing. Get rid of this guy. All right, so we've got our manual here. Ooh man, this is actually pretty. This looks nice. This looks nice. And I got to be honest with you. When I saw the videos before getting this, I thought it looked massive. Right, and this is not, it's not massive. I'd probably say my Mbox is probably like maybe that big, right? Yeah, from there, probably that big, and this is, yeah, so it's just, it's pretty sleek looking. Yeah, I'm not hating on the design. I'm not hating on it at all. Yeah, this is nice. Ooh, this looks nice, this feels nice. Okay. Yeah. The case feels solid. Feels very solid. All right. You got all your inputs. And as you can see, there's a USB-C here. So I'll be using USB-C. I have an older model motherboard that doesn't have USB-C, but I did get a Thunderbolt or a USB-C expansion card. And installed it on my computer, and it took some time to get that going, but I'll be interfacing that with that. So yeah. So yeah, so there we go. And I also purchased a USB-C extender just in case. All right, yeah, and look at, we've got 4 separate different inputs. So I'm going to take a wild gander here. If you've been following my videos, that these 4 inputs are going to be 4 independent separate channels when recording, not like some other things that I took liberty. To give you also some additional information, I record in Pro Tools. So that's what I'm up against or using with. And we have our different region power plugs that come right here. All right, fair enough. This is the only one that I need. Nope, is that the one I need? Oh, this stuff looks crazy. Crap, I'm ripping it. Gotta take care of my boxes. Didn't need to open that. High performance audio interface, better download the drivers. I didn't do that yet. Okay. Okay, here we go. And okay, so what comes inside the box? The interface comes inside the box. The power cord comes in the box. The adapter you're gonna be using for the power cord is in the box. It does not. Oh, it does come with a USB-C cable. All right, so what do you say we go and we try to install this? So the drivers are installing, my computer's going through a reboot. I'm now going to connect the device directly to the computer, so it's doing its restarts, updates, and all that stuff. About to disconnect the Mbox 3. One real quick thing that I have in mind, I actually want to record at 48 kilohertz, 24-bit. I hope I'm not going to run into issues with my previous Pro Tools sessions with what I was using on the Mbox 3. I think it was at a lower rate. So I hope it doesn't result in some kind of like compatibility issues or backwardness. I remember I ran into that problem before when I connected my mixer trying to do the same thing with Pro Tools, and I was getting through some conflicts with I guess the bit depth and the kilohertz of how the audio I was recording. And so we'll see. Just wanted to bring that up. Going back in, see if there's any firmware updates, and then let's connect this. Hey, it's me, Editing Lodane, as I'm editing the video from the future. I'm going to be jumping in a couple times throughout this video because I want to correct some things or clear up some questions that I had in the moment of this video. The first thing is the firmware update. Well, it's all up to date, no firmware update needed. Second was my worry that I had with my mixer, if I was going to have some conflicts with it. Well, the ACO drivers for the ID44, that loaded up just fine. I got no conflicts. When I booted up Pro Tools, it was really simple, really quick. All I had to do was reassign the analog inputs for the ID44 because it was looking for the analog inputs of the Mbox 3. I just had to reassign it to the ID44 and update my template that I use for my voiceovers and save it with the new analog updates. And that was it. It worked just fine. Again, the ASIO drivers worked just fine, and I'm having no conflict so far. So those are the updates for that. Let's get back into it. All right, so at this point, everything is connected and running just fine. The Audient is connected to my computer using the USB-C cord or port. No issues there, even though my monitor wasn't USB-C, just using the extension card. Took care of it really fine, so there's no problems in that. Windows picked it up just fine. There was no firmware updates that was available for it. And I first tested it on Audacity to see if I got levels, if Windows saw it as a sound card. Yep, it happened just fine. So what are my thoughts so far? Well, first of all, I'm using the same microphone that I did in the beginning of this video before I used this Zoom H6 handy recorder. Now I'm using this Octavia, I think -12. It's a super hyper-corded microphone, and it's connected directly into the Audient iD44 preamps, and maybe just to give you a sense of what of the difference, maybe the sound quality of the preamps of this compared to the iD44. Yeah, I normally have this microphone above me, but I just want to show you that I'm actually using this microphone, so I'm not sure if it's kind of affecting the way you're hearing it. Okay, After this little update, we'll go and we'll use my current setup, the MKH416 with the Avalon, and then we'll go in through here. But yeah, all right. So what are my thoughts so far? Well, as far as the initial setup, connecting to Pro Tools was really simple. It crashed the first time I opened up a session. Maybe it was just like, hey, where's the Mbox? And then I read it again, and then it opened up just fine. After listening and playing back to what you're hearing right now, I found that the Audient, the preamps themselves, have a nice full, warm, fabulous, man, beautifully warm sound to it. It's got this nice round, full, warm end sound. It's going to be interested how it's going to fit with my chain, because I feel like the Avalon already has a warmthness to that. But I guess with the Avalon, I'll be bypassing the preamps in this. But the preamps in itself, this is what the preamps sound so far using using this microphone on the Audient iD44. So again, with the MK, we'll check that out as well. Okay, so that's my initial impression. Right? Keep in mind, I've been tinkering this for an hour. All right, just did the video, open it up, set it up. My initial impressions. This is like my first hour initial impressions. Setup was easy, small little hiccups, no big deal. You know, it's like anything that you do or get your hands into. Now, what are my concerns so far within my first hour? Well, I feel like the preamps on the iD44 so far is a little weak. And I don't know if it's the preamps itself or it's just my experiences from all the preamps and audio interfaces I've used. So what am I used to? I'm used to dialing up my preamp or my gain knob probably about 50% and getting about -18 decibels on my recordings, -18, -12 decibels, because that's where I like to record at. I'm at about 75, 80% on the dial, and I'm at -18 decibels. And again, I'm not right now at this moment, first hour in, I'm not sure if it's this microphone or the other microphones. I briefly tested it on this AT4040 and I got the same results. So yeah, it's just something that I'm keeping in mind as I go further through this process. The headphones sound amazing on this thing. Oh my God, the detail and clarity that I get from this thing, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's like I'm using a completely different microphone because of the preamps and the headphones. Oh yeah. So as an interface, it definitely sounds way better than my previous Mbox. But I still need to do a little more tests when it comes to my microphone. All right. So yeah. So those are my initial thoughts. Let's see what this sounds like using the actual my shotgun microphone. Okay, so update time. I want to address two things that I just said. First is the preamp gain on the iD44. Yeah, the gain is kind of weak when you're using microphones, but I don't want to take away from that, because even though after a couple of days use it is weak, it is amazingly clear, silent, and just clean. So yes. Yeah. So that's with that. The preamps are a little on the lower end side, and you really don't hear much of a difference until probably like the last 80 to 100%. That's when you really start hearing the difference. And then going to the headphones, man, it's kind of like the same thing for the headphones. Yes, they sound amazing, but you really have to kind of turn it up to really start feeling it. So yeah, is it a bad thing? It's just something I'm not used to. All right, back to it. Okay, so this is what it sounds like when using the MKH416 on the Avalon 737 into the Audient iD44. Now, I'm not using the send or the return options. It's just going directly into the mic input, and we just turned off the preamps within the Audient iD44. Again, I'm still in my first hour. I just want to get things up and running and see what it sounds like. I'll make future videos where we'll address all these different specific things and get into the nitty-gritty, more in-depth I guess, outlook on what the Audient iD44 can do for you, for voice actors, and alike. All right, so yeah, so this is what it sounds like. We'll connect this directly to the Audient iD44 now. No Avalon attached, and we'll see what the preamps sound like using the on the MKH416. So let's see what that sounds like. All right, so this is the 416 connected directly to the iD44. Let me know in the comment section down below. Which one do you like more? Do you like it with the Avalon with or the Avalon without you know, which one sounds more cleaner, more desirable to your ears. Yeah, so let's start wrapping this up. I did a little brief test. I like the way it sounds. I guess just the microphone connected to the directly to the ID44. Sounds good, sounds clear. One thing that I am noticing overall with my audio files is that they do sound a lot quieter as far as like the self noise that's within the file. Normally I record all of my stuff with a gate and a limiter. Now this entire video I'm not using that, and to my ears in my can so far, I feel like there's not a lot of self noise happening. So yeah, so that's it. Let's get out of here. Let's wrap things up. Let's wrap this video up. Okay, so final thoughts time. Overall, I definitely hear and see a big difference with the Audient iD44 compared to my my Mbox 3. Big difference. So was the upgrade a good choice? Yeah, absolutely. I think the preamps, the converters within the Audient iD44 is superb. Sounds great. Right now, I'm only kind of limited to my knowledge of how to use the device. I know there's a lot more to learn about it that I got to get used to. What are my concerns so far? Well, my concerns are about my perception of it having a low gain level. The preamps are pretty low gain powered for certain devices. But you know, I'll pause on that because I'll get used to it. I'll make future videos with the Audient 44 with different microphones, different setups, you know, using preamps and stuff like that. So yeah, so right now I just want to give you my initial first impressions, my first 1 hour impression of this device. And so far, I think it's a really good upgrade. I love the way it sounds, especially when I was using the Avalon connected to the Audient, the iD44. Oh my God, it had that warm presence, but at the same time, it had that cut that I didn't hear just connecting the microphone to the iD44 itself. And it's a sound that I prefer. You guys let me know which sound you prefer, but I preferred it tremendously. Normally this Octava mic that I use, I normally use my handheld recorder, and I find like I get a great sound using a handheld recorder. Whether in the future I'm going to use the preamps in this device to power this microphone, I don't know yet. I really like the way this mic sounds like when it's on top, and then when I kind of listened to it from the bottom, it was a little bit different. Maybe the spatial, the way it was going, maybe that's had some kind of effect on it. But right now we're using the iD44 for this microphone right now, so hopefully we'll see a difference. Let's review. Great sounding, great looking device, especially up close. Tons of features in the back. It comes with a little mixer interface that you can play with. Within it, there's a whole bunch of options for me to learn. I wish I could go more into that, but as of right now, you just want to know, how does it sound? Sounds great. For voiceovers, sounds even better. Nice clean preamps, absolutely. Ease of use, yes. With anything, there's a learning curve, and just know that when you're going into that. Can't wait to see what else I can do with this interface and just getting used to it for the years to come with it. So yeah, guys, yeah. That's it for this video. Go ahead, leave a like if you like this video. Subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos about the iD44. And as always, guys, learn, do, and share. Links in the description down below if you want to get the iD44 or its smaller brothers and sisters for your content creation or voiceover needs. Until next time, guys, I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.